I have to put our music on. Here we go. All right. We are back with another Coding with Sam series. It's Friday. It's the day before Sam's birthday. So we're going to put a little bit more coding into you right before your birthday. It's tomorrow. So we won't sing today. I'll sing to you tomorrow. How about that? I'll call you with a voice message of singing.
With all the dogs.
Yeah, with all the dogs. Yeah, we're down in the office today with all the dogs. But yeah, this series is for people who don't feel like they're coders. But sometimes in the act of customizing your membership site, you realize there's a code recipe you want to implement and it feels overwhelming. But a lot of our code recipes are drop in or just tweak a few lines. So we thought, what better way to do that than to have someone who is not a native coder demonstrate some of these code recipes to you through this weekly or twice monthly stream, I guess you'll say. We try to keep these to like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but we do have a lot of recipes today, and Sam is operating down one hand. So
only one hand.
One-handed coding. So that's really fun. Do we know which recipes you're going to work on today, Sam?
Yes, we do. So we have a blog post that actually has 3 code recipes in it to reduce the forms at checkout. So what's great about these different ways is a lot of times if your checkout form is too long, people are just going to abandon filling that out. They're not going to want to check out. You don't really need to have all of the user fields and find out all of their information right from the get-go. Get them checked out with the basic information that's needed, and then add to their profile additional information you want for your members. Get them in the door first. So I will pull up you should see the recipe now if you want to share my screen, Kim.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And what's cool about this
and now
also
I can't see you anymore. So if there's any comments or anything like that, just like
okay.
Shout at me because now I can't see you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We include a username field on the checkout form, and some of these recipes will remove that field and just kind of generate a username. Usernames are sometimes necessary. You have a community, people are using a handle, but other sites where it's not community based like that, the username isn't really a necessary thing. And a user uses their email address to log in and their password. So that's like a really good use case for not needing username at checkout, in addition to just reducing the complexity of your checkout form. So yeah, cool.
And this blog post kind of goes over the benefits of like why you'd want to reduce the forms and all of that. But there is 3 recipes in here. So they're easy drop-in recipes. And so I'll drop in the recipe, show you what it ended up looking like on the front end, disabling it, and showing you the next one.
Yes.
So this is
Deb, just while Sam gets that started, I'm just going to say you asked about adding code for member profile images. Our preferred way to do that is to use the plugin Basic User Avatars. There are code recipes for adding an avatar, but Basic User Avatars is a community plugin that we maintain, and it's a great tool that is no code. So look at that. Otherwise, we can queue up that member profile images recipe for a later coding event.
Yes, which there actually will be one next week as well. We usually try to keep these every other week, but the way it falls with the open office hours, we're actually going to have 2 Coding with Sams in a row. So that's fun.
That's fun.
So on my Coding with Sam demo site that we used from the last time, I don't even know if I deleted my snippets. No. Okay. So last time we edited customized the the protected content message. So I'm just actually going to go ahead and delete these because we don't need these, and I need to do better keeping my site clean for these. And then the only thing that I did behind the scenes yesterday, because Mary said that I do need billing fields on my checkout page from the get-go, is I did change my payment gateway from the testing gateway to Stripe. I did connect my Stripe testing account to my site. So that's all.
And then you have your billing fields enabled at checkout, or using here, scroll down. See if you're using accept payments on this site. You'd want to adjust that. Yeah, so change your payment flow to this site. And then the collect billing address.
To yes?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And that's just for, I think one of the recipes is going to need that. Not all of them.
I think.
Yeah.
So if you're new here and you haven't watched the previous one, the Code Snippets plugin that we use, you can find it in WordPress.org. It is a free plugin. I want to say it's by Code Snippets Pro.
Yes.
You activate, install it. It's a great plugin. That way you can drag and drop all of these recipes in there. So the first recipe we're going to do is we're going to require the name and the email. That's it. And so when you're checking out, it will look like the screenshot on the screen of just first name, last name, email, confirm, and you're done. So we're going to open this drop-in, and we're just going to copy the code. We'll add a new snippet. Well, we remember to name our snippet, name and email only. Let's see how fast I can type one-handed. I really am
okay.
This with one hand. It reminded me of the accessibility thing that you did with that of one hand behind your back while you use your keyboard. That's me. Okay, so I know this seems very daunting and a long code, but there is nothing to edit here. I removed the information that we had at the beginning. This just explains what it does, where you can find it. It's in our snippet library on GitHub. But you really don't have to do anything. So we're going to save changes and activate. And then if we go to memberships, settings, we can then, does this have to be a free one?
I think it's for either. That would work.
For free. Okay. Well, we'll just go ahead and go to the free. So I'm going to open this in a new tab. And it takes us to our checkout page. Oh, but I'm logged in.
Maybe do you want to share an incognito window? I don't want to share your whole desktop. That's the hard thing with some of these is that we use a demo site that you don't want to have to log in and remember this crazy password.
Well, I do have my InstaWP open, so I can do the magic login. So let me log out and show. Okay. Perfect. So we're on our membership checkout, and the only thing that's requiring is my first name, last name, and my email to check out.
We should look at that recipe because why is it showing account information above? That's probably an update to the new simple thing. Yeah. Oh, cool. So it worked.
I'm checked out.
Yeah, and what it does behind the scenes.
And it created it for me.
Yes. It creates your username and it generates a password. So then the person would just have to update their password at a later time when they log in to the site. But it's a really fast, it's almost like a newsletter sign up where you just would want people to get on a list and they're not really logging in to your site. They're not managing a payment account. I really recommend this one if it's just a simple streamlined checkout to get people added to a list or into some other kind of funnel that you have going in your site and you want it to be as simple as possible.
So that was name and email only. So we can actually just toggle this off for right now, but I will delete it later. And the next recipe that we're going to demo is going to be using billing information to generate the user information. So this will be for my paid level. And I will copy this code. We will add this one. And we're going to name it billing info. I think I'm doing pretty good with one hand.
I think so too. Hold on, I have to check if the dog's eating the dirt again.
Uh-oh.
You were.
All right. Again, this information at the front of the code is just telling you what it does and where to find it. And again, there's nothing that we need to change on this one, which is super nice. These are all drop-ins.
We're going to get you coding and tweaking soon.
Yes. I would rather have 2 hands for that, though.
Deal.
Hopefully no surgery is required. All right.
There you go.
And for those watching, I'm opening the checkout in a new tab by clicking this yes under allow signups. That takes us to the front end of the membership checkout. Fun fact. Okay, let me log out again. And now, yeah, this must be a
I think it's a 3.1 plus
3.1 something
change. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can fix it.
So all of my information is probably going to show here. Let's see. Where do I live now? Oh, we'll just do the PO box. There we go.
Yeah, that's good.
It's probably going to yell at me because I've already used this one, but we can do something like this.
Yes.
Really? My phone number? Okay. We'll use my old phone number. No one knows that anymore. You can call whoever you want to call. I don't know whose number that is anymore. It's not mine.
So you didn't have to enter your username. You didn't generate a password, but you did enter email address within the billing fields.
I did enter my email address, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I did, the billing fields that I had to enter were my name, my email, my phone number, and then the full address. But we were able to successfully check out, and my my membership account was created. All right, so we'll log out of that one again. We'll close that. We'll close that because I'm logged out. Go back to InstaWP and magic login.
You're very fast with one hand.
I do love the magic login. Okay, now we're going to turn off this code recipe, and we're going to go to our third one. And our third one is only requiring email address at sign up for free membership checkout.
And this is the most streamlined of all the recipes that are in this demo. And this is great. The membership checkout page has the membership checkout form with that block or short code, but you can really place that anywhere in your site. So the more streamlined you make this form, the more you could put it on a lead page or landing page, kind of in a sidebar column, or just within the mix of the content of that checkout. So it can make it really feel like it's mixed up in part of the content, not this own like funnel. You have to go to the levels page. You have to go to the checkout page. You could really drop that checkout form anywhere in the site.
Okay. And see that we only have the email address.
Yep.
And Kim and I will look into why. Well,
yeah,
not me, but
what
somebody
I can do is
will look into why that's there.
Yeah, I can detect whether there are any fields to be shown in that section. Otherwise, just hide it.
I guess it doesn't really matter what I put here, does it?
Nope.
There you go. That's all was needed, was just my email. That would be for a free account only. With you, if you have a paid level, that would not work.
Yeah. And that generates, like we said, it generates a username, it creates the WordPress user, and it just sets a strong hidden password. So someone that wanted to then come back later and log in, they'll have to go through a password reset process. But not every site really needs people logging in. Sometimes it's really just get their email address, get them on a mailing list, and then you're able to give them some kind of lead magnet delivered right from your email marketing or right on that confirmation page, whatever you kind of promised as part of the membership sign up.
Yes. And just for demo purposes, I have deleted all of the code snippets that I just put in, and I'll just show you what a real checkout looks like. Or not a real checkout, but a non-modified checkout.
Yes.
On the non-modified checkout, you do have the username, the password, email address, confirming both of those, and your billing address, and then your payment information. So this is quite a lot. Me with one hand, this looks like very annoying right now to fill out. I would much rather give you my email address. But that's ways you can modify your checkout. And we do have another code recipe that you can remove the confirm email and confirm password fields at checkout. So it's only showing one of those. People don't have to type it in twice. And that's another, just drop it in.
Yep. Nice.
Oh, again, I logged out again.
Yeah, you're auto logged out.
There
we do our best with these code recipes that if there is something to tweak, we give you the line number, we give you what you need to adjust it to. There's varying levels of code recipes. Some are very advanced and you really have to put a lot of custom logic in. Some are just adding a level ID in a certain place. The ones we did today didn't have anything you could customize in them. So I don't know. Don't be scared
we will get to ones that we customize, I promise.
Yeah.
And that's why we have Kim on with me. That way, if I fumble around with the code, we can figure out what the problem is.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to remove your screen. Do you want to hang on for like 5 minutes while we answer a couple questions in the chat?
Yeah.
Is that okay? I know we're trying to keep these
That's
just
fine.
the coding demo, but if I can unblock someone quickly here, that would be great. So
Yeah, let's do it.
Marie, we did share a plugin for user avatars called Basic User Avatars for people to update their profiles. We are putting the member directory and profile add-on for Paid Memberships Pro into focus, I think, next quarter. We're going to start looking at that, and it may be that we include a profile update as part of that. It may be that we have better hand-holding in the admin to recommend to install that, but that's the link to the WordPress community plugin, Basic User Avatars. It allows people to upload a local native avatar. It has a short code for the front end that people can drop onto the membership account page or onto the edit profile page to allow people to set their own avatar. And I think there's also work in WordPress core related to avatars and the whole system of the Gravatar that's been a part of WordPress for so long. So I think there are a lot of people trying to tackle this for your WordPress site. But my recommendation is to use this plugin, no code, enable it, and then people can manage their avatar, their local avatar in your site. All right. And then Deb asked to ask what state people live in, but not their street address. Can we reduce the address lines? I think the easiest way to do that we wouldn't need to give you a code recipe for would be to use the user fields in Paid Memberships Pro and add a field called what state do you live in? And it would be a select type field or a drop down field. And then just copy it out a list of the state abbreviations or the state names alphabetized. You can probably obtain that anywhere on the internet or ask AI for a list of state names. I think that would be your best bet to capture that information about your members. So I can drop a link to our user fields doc.
Why would you not recommend state dropdown add-on?
That would only work if you are using the full billing address fields. So the state dropdowns and country dropdowns is designed to, that's the documentation link there. The state dropdowns also has logic for countries. So it's designed to work with the full billing address fields when we detect them to say, okay, we detect this person or they set their country as Spain, change the list of the state dropdowns accordingly to match. So I think that one would just rely on all of the billing fields being present. And we're really trying to get away from people using billing address to capture user profile information, not only because it's technically hairy, but also because if you label something billing address, a member might give you a state that that's not actually where they reside. You might have a child or like a college age student with they live in Pennsylvania and their billing address is a Pennsylvania, but they're attending college in California. And then they would feel they would incorrectly label their state they live in as Pennsylvania when they are really a resident of California. So we have an article about types of addresses in Paid Memberships Pro. Just good to label them and put them under the heading of what you really want. Like, where do you currently live? Might not be where your driver license is, or even where your credit card was originated in that address, that mailing address for your billing. Or even for someone that works for a company. Sam has a credit card for Paid Memberships Pro with a Pennsylvania address, but lives in Florida. So the answer to that question, to really understand the makeup of your members for Sam, should be Florida, was where you'd want that answer to be.
Yeah.
Graham, you asked quick about a corporate level with their logo. So that would be separate of their user profile information, their user profile image. You can add file upload fields in the user fields. So I'll grab a link to that. What's the best link for that, Sam? The supported field types?
Yes.
Here. File. Cool. So I would accept that as a user field file type, and then you can access it as part of your member directory. If you are using our member directory and profiles add-on, you can add a file type field and it will automatically like display it on the single profile. If you want it to show up and represent the directory user, if you're using like a group accounts thing, there's a user that holds the account. That's really the corporate account. You could use the user avatars thing and tell them to change the avatar of that main corporate account. Or if you did this user fields thing, there's some custom code you could do to filter in the company's logo as the directory main image, I guess you'd say. But you can accept custom files in addition to their user profile image to accept that logo.
It looks like
Cool.
Allegiant WebWise had a question about customizing buttons and links.
Sure. I guess I need more information about what you want to change. Is it where the links go? Is it the appearance of these buttons and links? It's going to be a different answer for every case you're trying to customize. Maybe you're customizing those protected content messages. You should watch last week's stream. Most of the buttons that are on Paid Memberships Pro are either to submit a form, so you don't really want to change the action of that. The links on the protected content messages go through to your levels page, so making sure that your levels page is properly assigned to where you want people to land to browse your pricing and plans. Let's see, the appearance. Yeah, so mostly it's going to be under the design settings in Paid Memberships Pro. You can change the color of the action buttons throughout our plugins. So the color of a submit button on a form that we generate, or the color of the protected content messages sign up buttons. You can change the background color of those. But if there's more that you need to adjust, like the text color of the buttons, and then like the rounded corners or the hover effect, it's all going to need to be custom CSS just for your site. Links would be controlled by your theme. We don't really color links anywhere in the site that I know of.
That would probably be theme specific.
Yeah, theme specific. But if you are in our support, in our premium support, you can open a ticket and our team can help with some basic CSS, or they'll ping me and say, Kim. I've been using AI more often lately to help me with CSS for things. I'll say, like, my links are black, I want them to be dark blue, or I want my button to have a soft box shadow. And AI does pretty good at helping me with that custom code.
AI is also really good if you have code and you don't know what it does. You can drop it in and into like ChatGPT and say, explain what this does and how it affects my site. And then you'll get a pretty good answer.
All right, one more, then we'll be off for today. Diane asked, can we use Paid Memberships Pro alongside a name your price product? I'm not sure how you're selling your downloads and your products. If you're using WooCommerce, maybe. You can use our WooCommerce integration to set a member's price for a product to 0 and make it free. If you're using a download monitor, let's say, and you have distinct products or distinct downloads that you want to sell like a la carte, you could make unique membership levels for each download and then use our variable pricing add-on to make the price of those download products variable, which is the name your price. I'll grab a link to variable pricing. It really depends how you're selling the downloads. But I would say if you were using our variable pricing add-on with the download monitor integration, yeah. Put that link up. You could create one main level group that has your paid level with all access to all the downloads, then create a separate level group that has a la carte levels, one for each download, and then enable variable pricing for each of those individual options. And then for the products themselves, the downloads themselves, just have it require both the a la carte level, or it could offer the all access level can view the download, or people with that single download level could offer it. So I think that might work. Oh, WooCommerce. Okay. Yeah, I think the WooCommerce integration would be your best bet.
I have a link I'm going to share. The blog post is make all WooCommerce products in specific category free for members.
Yes. So just use WooCommerce checkout for the I guess they have a name your price extension. I'm not sure if they do. But use that logic in WooCommerce, whatever that is, and then have the free if they are a member. You can still sell those products to non-members. It would just be one on-road if your members are already logged in that they could access it immediately. Cool. We did all of those code demos. We answered a few questions. That's great. Happy to unblock people. Use our contact form if you have a more general pre-sales question like this, so we can send you those links and you'll have them in your inbox to reference later. If you watch this video again, it will stay on the channel. So I think the chat will replay. And if I shared a link to you in this chat, you'll be able to access it there as well. But definitely reach out on our contact form. We do also have a members community Slack that you can check out if you want to ask simple questions like this and get answers from other people using Paid Memberships Pro. So everyone wish Sam a happy birthday before we go. Sam's birthday is tomorrow. Some people like get to adulthood and don't want to. Oh, nice. You're great. Young.
And very broken. Next week on Friday, we'll be back at 9 a.m. Eastern for another Coding with Sam. Those code recipes are picked literally 5-10 minutes before we go live. Kim and I jump on not long before we go live, and we hash out which code recipe we're going to go over for the day. So it's always a surprise. It's not really planned other than the date and the time. So we'll do that. I think that's September 8th. No, that doesn't sound right. Whatever next Friday is.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it the 6th?
And then we do have a upcoming.
There's 31 day. I don't know.
Hours.
Okay. Yes. I shared a link to our live events there. There you go.
Yes. So check out the live events page. The following week we have an open office hours, and it will be with Kim Coleman on membership site inspiration. So if you just need something inspiring, or you're not really sure what else you may want on your membership site, that will be a good one to come find solutions and ideas.
Yes. Yeah, we often use other websites to help us make our sites better. So we look at the sign up flow for Disney Plus, or we look at how does the Amazon show these subscriptions in the admin. So even us, as we're designing our products, we look at other subscription products out there and say like, oh, like that was interesting. I really, I thought that was a really streamlined process to sign up, or I like the way this gave me these choices to, save extra 2 months by paying yearly, all kinds of things. So I hope you're all doing that too. And just keeping your eyes open as you're using the internet, because you are building a website too. And just things that you feel like, oh, I like that, or that was a really nice subtle pop-up, or that email sequence was really good. So we'll talk about a few of the places you can get inspiration and put it in your site. Awesome. Thanks, y'all. I'm going to end the stream. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Sam's going to have a happy birthday. Bye, guys.